Welcome back to another episode of TechBites. In this episode, we'd like to talk about sentiment analysis for businesses. Humans are social beings. At home, at the workplace, with friends, and in many more occasions, we find ourselves in social situations. We read emotions from people's faces, voices, body gestures, and even through texts. Can machines do the same when they see our faces, hear our voices, or read our texts? Although this is still an active area of research, I can confidently tell you that yes, machines can also read our emotions, and this is what we call sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is used in many different occasions. Let me introduce you some of the applications of sentiment analysis in real life. Do you recall the US presidential election in 2020? Candidates Biden and Trump were the two most popular candidates in the 2020 election. As people living in the year 2023, we now know that Biden won and became the 46th US president. However, even before the election results were out, many people tried predicting them using tweets for sentiment analysis. According to a paper on the 2020 US presidential election, the researchers were able to identify the sentiment score from the tweets that mentioned the candidates. For the tweets that were never deleted or suspended, the sentiment score for Joe Biden was higher than that of Donald Trump before, during, and after the election. In other words, the analysis echoes the election results. Just like this example, the text from social media could also be used for business purposes such as brand awareness and brand perception. Anytime there is a bad mention or a review of your brand, you could monitor even in real time with the help of sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis can also be used in product analysis. By analyzing the sentiments in reviews on e-commerce platforms such as Amazon or eBay, businesses could be able to tell apart what aspects of the product the customers liked and what other aspects of the product they need to be improved on. Complex sentiment analysis tasks such as finding out the sentiment from a person's face in a video or from a person's voice in a voice recording could be quite complex. On the other hand, performing sentiment analysis on text is actually quite simple, since it does not require any installations or complex programming. With just a few lines of Python code, you'd be able to find out the sentiment behind the text you got from your friend today. I'll guide you through the process. Although there is a way to train a sentiment analysis model from scratch with your own datasets, we are simply using a model that is already made by amazing data scientists out there. We are going to use the Distilbert-based model, which is fine-tuned on the Stanford Sentiment Tree Bank. Now let's simply open a Python IDE. Here we're using Google Colaboratory since it does not require any installments. After opening a new file, the first thing we need to do is to install a package called Transformers. Then let's go ahead and import the pipeline library from the Transformers package. We can then define the sentiment pipeline variable by using the sentiment analysis pipeline. Now let's quickly grab a product review from Amazon and test it out to see if it's positive or negative. Here's a review of a water sprinkler toy for kids, and it reads, "Perfect for those summer games. Bought this for a birthday party. It was a great party game for the start of what will be a beautiful summer." Let's apply the pipeline to the review and see what we get. The result shows that the review is positive with a confidence score of 0.999, which makes sense since this review was the top positive review for this product. Just like this, sentiment analysis can be used to determine whether a review or a feedback is positive or negative, even without reading through all the texts. This simple process can be easily automated for business applications. So in this episode, we have went through how machines can perform sentiment analysis, how they are applied to businesses, and a quick walkthrough of the process. Try applying sentiment analysis on the text from your friends, emails from your coworkers, and even predict the next US president. This was Suwa. I hope you enjoyed this episode of TechBites, and remember to stay tuned.